And a very big welcome to Jean-Jacques Genting Snow Park and the site of the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. It's all about snowboard cross today as we welcome the top pair of snowboarders in the world competing in the qualification rounds. Looking at the weather today, things have started to warm up. What will that do to the course? Well, we're going to find out all about that, but temperatures are solid for some good racing actions. 4 classifications today. We will see the LL2 for the women, LL1, LL2, and the UL for the men. You can see the fans. They're psyched, and they are ready to see this thing go down. Now, it is the qualification round in snowboard cross, so the little difference is you're just going to see one rider at a time on the course. Now, the key here is to put in a fast time. You put in that fast time, and you get to pick your lane choice when it comes down to racing 4 across. And that's one of the coolest things about it being out here in Beijing 2022 is we're going to see when we do get into head-to-head racing, it'll be 4 across for the first time in Paralympic Winter Games history. We look forward to that. But today is qualifications, 2 runs for all the athletes, and your best run will count. And we will be starting things off with your women. There's a look at our qualification start list. This is for the LL2, 1 category for the women out here today. And there is your lineup. We'll be going through them all the way through all the men's categories too as well. 3 classifications for the men. Now the top 16 will be the ones that move on to the quarterfinals. Now, in the case of the women, there's only 13 competitors, so nobody will be eliminated, as you can see right here, down to the 13th spot. Course designer Steve Morrison, the Canadian, getting a chance to talk with him. He said this course is more rippable for all the riders and allowing the athletes to do their best, so we look forward to that. Very similar course to what we saw during the Olympic Games, a little shorter than what we saw during the game times. And here's our riders getting ready. Now, para-snowboarding made its debut in Sochi back in 2014. The 3rd installment of snowboarding in the Paralympic Winter Games. Riders getting loose. Now on the women's side of things, as we were saying, since we do see there's 13 competitors in here, nobody will be eliminated here. So this is the qualifications. There's no chance of elimination on the women thing. Here is a look at the course. A little bit different of a start. They shave off a good section of it from the Olympic Games. Very technical and definitely the best course that we have seen in snowboarding Paralympic Winter Games history, the 3 installments. You can see that to the middle of it. You see that bank lefts, bank rights, you have rollers, you have gaps, and you have a money booter down at the bottom. This is the start. We call this the Wu-Tang section, named after the famed Wu-Tang section, Wu-Tang jump in Breckenridge, Colorado, back in the 90s. And our first rider, Caitlin Madry for the U.S., the 20-year-old.
Okay, and 20-year-old in her first Paralympic Games, Caitlin Madry.
Now Madry making her Paralympic debut out here. Through the Wu-Tang section, right here is where you want to just try to get over that easy as possible. You don't want to have any mistakes through this part. And she's got through the Wu-Tang section nice and clean. And off to the races here. You have your bank turns, you have your rollers, a little bit of everything. You're pumping through the rollers here. Caitlin Madry, her story, took her first trip to Alyeska in Alaska back in middle school. We got a chance to snowboard for the first time, and she was hooked. Here is the roller section. And the nice bank turns. You want to keep that speed going. Get high, drop down low.
A lot of giant sweeping flushing turns. Coming into the final turn, which is known as the home run stretch. And so get into our plain view, and the final jump we call it the home run hit, or the money booter. Oh, I was one turn off. Here she comes.
And here she is towards the bottom. This will be the first time. Now, you're just racing for time. You want to be one of the top qualifiers. So you get lane choice. That also means you go against the lower qualified as well. So being that high qualified, getting the top time is what you're looking for. And this will be the time to start with. As she comes down that money booter at the end, she crosses with a time of 1:32.38 for Madrid for the USA. And that will set the time to beat for all of our competitors. And they will get one run, then they go back up and do a second run. So all the categories will go through first and do their first runs. And then we go back to the top of the categories and do it all over again for the second runs. Now Brenna Huckabee dropping in next, a 26-year-old. Introduced to Paris snowboarding 2010. Mom with 2 daughters, member of the Rad Mom Club. As she's snowboarding her way down. Once again, qualifications. No one will be eliminated, being that it's the top 16 that move on into the quarterfinals. Since we have 13 competitors in the women's category, nobody will be eliminated out here. And she's going to cross her time. Look at that, shaving 2.15 off of 1:32.3. So that will be the new top time. Brenna Huckabee for the USA. Renske van Beek now, the 32-year-old from the Netherlands, through the Wu-Tang section. You want to keep your speed right here to get up to that spine part right there. If you don't get up and level off to be able to come back down, that could be trouble, and that'll cost you some time. It looks like she had some trouble on the course.
Yeah, and so again, the interval start, what you're seeing on the screen when the athlete comes out of the gate is not indicative of where they are on the course. We're playing a little catch-up, if you will. So we come real time now, and you see the course official.
So that's the caution flag right there, the yellow flag. So we don't send, so they make sure they don't send any more athletes down when you have this, the caution flag.
In Norway, that were held earlier this year.
She's going to kind of side chop up to try and get that speed back up. It's tough when you lose that speed and you have a problem and you lose a lot of it. Now, even if she is not able to get back out there, of course, it'll be a DNF. Did not finish, but that would just put her in the lower rankings.
Exit out to the left. Remember, they're all getting 2 runs. And on my screen here, I see Brenna Huckabee with a disqualified time on there. We'll get back to that in a minute.
Yeah, we also seen that Brenna Huckabee shows a DSQ on her and a DNF for Renske van Beek. And we go to Sandrine Hamel now, Canadian on course. Now, all riders will get the 2 runs. And so we call it qualifications, but when you only have 13, you're taking the top 16. It ends up being seeding rounds. So the faster your time, the better, because you go against the competitors that don't have as good of times. Looking solid through here. So Hamel across the finish. And that time, 1:17.69. So that ends up being the fastest time so far. You heard her saying it is squirrely out there. Brittany Curry now up next for the U.S.
She's on the cross court now.
She was 6th in Pyeongchang in 2018. Took the silver in bank slalom.
So she spends a lot of time on the snow winter time, and she's a traveling nurse.
Like the lines right there. Looking pretty solid.
Humanity out when she's not snowboarding. She's been doing this a long time. One of the veterans, always smiling, always happy.
And check the time right here. She's going to come across. That will be the fastest time. And she is pumped on that one. Look at Corey feeling good. 1:16.49.
Yes. You can see the stoke on her face right there.
Cecile Hernandez now on course. Very good over the Wu-Tang section.
Most recently, the gold of the bank slalom, the World Championship in 2019.
Hernandez the silver in bank slalom in Pyeongchang. And she's going to point it across the line of 1:10.17. And that right there will be the fastest time. That shaves off a good 6.32 off Curry's time for the USA. Lisa DeJong now on course. You really want to keep that speed right there. The last part of that Wu-Tang section. Farther down on the course. And kind of the goal here is you don't want to come in too high on the big turns. You want to keep that high enough to where you can dive into the inside and keep that speed going. And she's going to air off the money booter. And she's going to cross the time. Look at this one, 1:13.25. So DeJong will go into the number 2 spot. So you got France number 1, Canada number 2, USA 3. Remember, nobody gets eliminated here. 13 competitors. Just a shot now from the Netherlands on course. And she's always expected to put in a fast time. The silver medalist from Pyeongchang in snowboard cross. And the bronze medalist in bank slalom. So she's an all-terrain rider, that's for sure. And you can tell how comfortable she looks on that board. Airs it out. Watch the time. Here we go. Pointing it across the line. A 1:12.09. So she'll slide into that number 2 spot right there. Cecile Hernandez, the fastest time, a 1:10.17.
Hey.
Roman Shop now on course. Really want to get up on there. If you have trouble getting up onto that Wu-Tang, that last little section from the start, that could cost you a lot of time. Good turn there. Regular foot rider. Standing with that left foot forward. Staying low to the line there and then pumping through the rollers. Using the body as a shock absorber to absorb it. And then off the final jump here at the end. Romy airing that one out nice. He's going to come across with 1:18.14. She's feeling good about that. Number 6 for her. And next up, Li Tiantian. China here. Nice, right up on top of that spine through the Wu-Tang. Kinshin looking good here.
Now, something to mention on the People's Republic of China team, they're the most voluminous. They have the most athletes here, so they've done a lot of training, a lot of work get the team here. Very nice to see high numbers. They're very young as well.
And let's see what that time translates for her. Going to be outside that top time is Cecile Hernandez. But she's going to check in with a 1:18.47. People's Republic of China, Li Qiangqian. And they have the most riders in the field out here competing. Hu Nianjia up next. Nianjia looking solid through that Wu-Tang section. Pick up on the bank turn for her through the roller section. And riding in 2017 and getting a little on that heel edge and goes down. You want to stay with it. Trying to get a good time in here. She will drop back in here and be able to cross the line. It's going to cost her some time. Once again, no one is eliminated here. So she'll go into the 9th spot. Now we have Gang Yonghong now up next. Youngest competitor out here. 17 years old. Good edge work. And she's going to cross into that number 5 spot. Very respectable finish right there, top 5. Once again, all the riders are going to get 2 runs, and their best run will count. And that will help seed them with the Wu-Tang section. Nice right over the spine here. This is the one that could cause some problems. You just want to get up there. Kind of lands disaster on that, but keeps it going. And this is what we call the roller section. Rollers into banks. You go high, dive down low. Nice good turn there. Edge work looking good. These boards are flatter than you would see like a normal board that you would just ride on the mountain. See how they're flat with the nose and the tail. Very close to the snow. You'll have more kick on a board than your average board. For racing. Oh, look at that. He airs that thing out all the way to the bottom blue line. That was some serious air right there. So Cecile Hernandez with the top time in run number 1 for your women LL2 category. Taking a look at it right there. Cecile Hernandez, the top spot. Once again, nobody eliminated here, and they're going to still have 1 more run to put down a faster time. And once you've hit the course once, the second time, you'll start seeing some of these competitors, some of these riders start shaving time off those original times. The fans out here enjoying the action. First time our first opportunity to see snowboarding so far here at Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. You see the cloud cover. Now what that does when you have the cloud cover, we call that gray bird. It kind of puts it, the definition's a little bit tougher to see. And next up we have the men's snowboard cross, your UL category. UL, athletes with upper limb impairments. Now there are 18 of these men competing out here, so there will be only room for 16. So in this one, bottom 2 spots will be eliminated from competition.
once again, big thanks goes out to the course workers, the volunteers.
Yeah, course designer Steve Morrison, the Canadian, has done an amazing job in this course. He has said that he's made it more rippable, really wanting to give the athletes an opportunity to do their best. James Barnes Miller from Great Britain on course, 32 years old.
Here we go. Silver in the snowboard cross at the World Championships in Norway earlier this year. From Great Britain, it is James Barnes Miller, JBM.
Yeah, he's been doing some good stuff. Definitely been turning some heads. Lillehammer was silver in the bank slalom out there. Got the silver in the men's snowboard cross team event in Finland. Bank slalom also in Finland that same year, 3rd place for him. In 5th place in Lillehammer snowboard cross. James Barnes Miller on course right now. His teammate Owen Pick got him into para-snowboarding. He does some surfing. He's a skateboarder as well. And what James Barnes Miller says, skateboarding has really taught him how to really compete on the snowboard. And there's a whole lot to say about that. And you'll see a lot of these riders, 104.53 is time for JBM, James Barnes Miller. But you'll see that. You'll see that the common denominator in with a lot of these riders is the fact that a lot of them are surfers, a lot of them are skateboarders. Jacopo Lucchini, nice through the Wu-Tang. You see how he anticipates it. Stays nice and low, the knees bent, and does preloads on the jump. We talk about preloading on a jump. When you preload, you're jumping before you get to the top of the transition of the jump. That keeps your height down. One thing about snowboard cross, you don't want to have a lot of air. That's one of the things you want to keep. You want to keep that down. So when you see him go off jumps, you'll see him kind of preload just to keep it nice and low, nice and tight. Keep that board on the snow and keep pumping through all the turns. And he looks really good right now. Lucchini looking solid. Looking to beat a 104.53. Oh, he is going to do that, it looks like. Yes, he will. So Lucchini into the #1 spot. That's a 103.34 for him. Looking good. Mike Miner for the USA now on course. And the bronze pair of skateboarding 2019 X Games. So you talk about skateboarding, surfing, meaning a lot, and you'll see a lot of these riders have that in common. They love to skate as well. And skateboarding can definitely help you. Snowboarding at 7. And he is going to point it. What's the time? Number 2, 0.62 back from Lucchini. A very solid time for Miner. Remember the Adaptive Action Sports Club at Copper Mountain. And Purdy and Daniel Gale on that one. Montaghini now on course. The Frenchman, 32 years old. And look at try and see if he can do something better than that 103 for Team France. Won the bronze in Taekwondo in 2013 at the World Champs in Switzerland. And Montaghini says you do not give up until you cross the finish line. And he puts in a good solid time, so he'll go in the number 2 spot right behind the Italian. Wani Masataka now from Japan on course. Wani, 41 years old. He competes in para golf. Started snowboarding in 2001. He's going to air it out across. Looks like a decent time here. Yes, indeed. Top 5, 4th place. Rowani, 104.18. Gonna feel good about that one.
We're leaving Japan and going back to Italy. This is the youngest member of
the 19-year-old Mirko Moro now on course. The Italian. Does a lot of skateboarding, speaks 2 languages. Seventh in Lillehammer at the World Championships in cross. 12th in the bank slalom. Bright future. Mirko Moro puts the landing gear down, crosses the line. The time 107.64 for the Italian. Gia now from the Republic of China. Another youngster out here, 19 years old. This looks like he's going to get a good one. He does indeed. Equals the same time of Lucchini. You don't see that very often. A couple of 103.34s. Expecting good things out of this young man.
Ready? Go.
Ricardo Donnie now, the 29-year-old. Clean over the Wu-Tang at the start. Just gets on that toe edge, keeps it nice and close to the blue line. Snow definition getting tough when you start having these gray, we call this flat light. A little bit tougher. That's why you have the blue lines out there so you can see the definition. He's going to go in the top 10. That's going to be 8th place. 107.92.
Yeah.
Top time.
Go.
Gianni, 103.34s. Spivey now on course. Ivy. There's a lot of surfing, golf, started pair snowboarding in 2011. 4 years later, he started competing. Let's see where he can check in for Team USA here. Spivey. In the back seat, kind of sit that one down. It'll cost him some time. You got to be careful here because you got 18 competitors, so there will be 2 eliminated. Unfortunately, out of this one, with a women's category where we had 13, where no one gets eliminated in that one. Top 16 competitors will move on to the quarterfinals, and we go back up top. Clarkson Yoke now, of course. Nice little ollie to the top of that spine through the Wu-Tang section. Remember, all the riders are going to get 2 opportunities to put in that fast time. So in this category, your men's UL, having 18 competitors, 2 will be eliminated. So if you don't get the time that you're looking for and you're outside of that top 16, you will have another shot at it. That's respectable time. Who's going to like that for Park in the 9th spot? Zhang Jihao now up next from the People's Republic of China, 19 years old. Also competes in para-alpine too as well. All around, and ski, snowboard, stand sideways, the best of them. Look at the time here. That's going to be a good one. Top 5, 104.09. See how liking that one. Constantino Petrikas now. Greek rider, of course. First time that he ever stepped on a snowboard for the Goofy Foot rider, he was hooked. And the first Greek snowboarder to compete in the Paralympic Winter Games. See how he dives low to the bank turns. Here we go. Jump to the end, landing gear down, cross the line, the time, top 10. Petrikas going to be happy with that. Wang Pengyo now from the People's Republic of China, next up on course. 21-year-old. This looks like this could be a good time. Getting that speed going. Got to stay solid. Almost to the last blue line. He comes across. Look at the time. Nicely done. Feng Yao of the People's Republic of China. This is the #1 spot. Surprising some people out there. China 1 and 2 now. Maddie Sernin now on course. From Finland. 37 years old. Also a skateboarder. Enjoys knife throwing. And using those edges on that snowboard like a knife. Cutting up this snowboard cross course. Let's see where this time gets him. He'll be off the top time. Remember, you just want to be in the top 6. And I like that, how he stays nice and low, absorbing the landing, going to 14. There we go. The Republic of Korea, Lee Jung-min now. The 36-year-old on course. Nice over the Wu-Tang. See how he absorbs it. Use those knees as shock absorbers. A little trouble for him on the middle part of the course. So he's going to revert that back around. Trying to get things going here. And we got to be in the top 16 after the second run. So this is a category that 2 will be eliminated in. Looks solid on that toe edge through there. And he's going to pump across. Let's see. Oh, and a mistake there. Going to probably have to look to that second run. And it's a lot of work. When you look at the time, you say 1:03. It's a short amount of time. That is a lot of work when you're going through all those berms, all through those rollers. That taxes the body a lot. So he's going to have a little trouble. But he's still in 15th, so he's in the top 16. But he's going to want to clean that up, give him some breathing room on a second and final opportunity. Zhao Yonggang now. People's Republic of China. They have been training. Looks like he reversed. Looks like he had a little problem up course too. Time, look at that. Just buttering it across. Throwing some style and some steez in there. Yonggang. 7th place. Yang Jiang now on course. Also for the People's Republic of China. Very strong team. 4 of them in the top 6 right now. And you can see the style. He's got the style. Pumping, absorbing the rollers, staying tight around the berms, around the banks. Pumping through those rollers. Last jump section here. Airs it out, landing gear down, pointing it across the finish line. He's going to go into a top 10 spot, 9th place. 5 representing China in the top 10 now. Could be the surprise so far. Zhang Yuqi now, also for the People's Republic of China. Very aggressive the way he pumps through there. Holding that toe edge solid. Look at that ride on the line. Look at absorbing that, pumping through it. So key here. And he's going to put in a good time too as well. Look at that, almost to the bottom blue line, crosses in the top 5. China meaning business out here today. Home snow advantage, feeling good about that. 6 of them right now in the top 10. So there's a look at your top time so far, the 103.26. The men's UL category. And you see a lot of People's Republic of China flags in that top 10, as we were saying. And they've been working hard in the offseason, that's for sure. They've had 4 years to prepare since Pyeongchang, and prepare they did. Very, very impressed on what China has put together so far. But remember, when it becomes a snowboard cross racing, this will be the first time ever in Paralympic Winter Games history. There'll be 4 on course at the same time. We're taking a look at the LL1 category here for qualifications. And in this one, we have 15. So in this one, nobody will be eliminated. It is basically for the seeding rights now because you got 15. Top 16 move on. And you look at the style from the Chinese riders, and I feel like they have all similar style. Like they've been training together, really working on it. So we'll see how that transpires here for the LL1 category for the men. Guridachi from Japan will start it out, the 41-year-old. Up the Wu-Tang. Sixth in the big slalom in Pyeongchang. 2-time Paralympian. 7th in snowboard cross in Pyeongchang. In search of his first podium. Fourth in that bank slalom, we said in Lillehammer in 2022. And 13th in snowboard cross there. Goofy foot rider. Right foot forward is goofy foot. His left foot forward is regular foot. Whoa, he airs that one out. Kind of butter across that finish line. When we talk about regular foot, we talk about goofy foot. It developed from surfing back in about the early 50s.
Ready?
Where most of the surfers stood with their left foot forward, and so when other surfers started standing with their right foot forward, they kind of looked at it and they said it was goofy, and so that's how goofy and regular came about. It came about, the origins from surfing is Andre Barberi now on course. A Brazilian living in Santa Barbara. Competes in triathlon, so does it all. Big time surfer. Barberi. He's going to cross the line. The time in for him, a 1:18.30 for Andre. Works in healthcare in Santa Barbara, California. 2 daughters. Member of that Rad Dad Club.
Go.
Tyler Turner up next, the 33-year-old Canadian. Does compete in parasurfing as well. Pleasure of seeing him compete in the La Jolla 2019. United States parasurfing. Also skateboards. He's going to have the fastest time of 1:04.74 for the Canadian. Yoshida Junto from Japan. 31-year-old now on course. Once again, 15 in the men's LL1 category, so no one will be eliminated here. They will all move on to the quarterfinals. It's all about the seeding for them. So the faster you finish, the better your odds. You face the lower ranked competitors. Look at Turner. Turner's time was a 1:04.74. So Kosuda will go 1:08.89, and he'll go into the number 3 spot with that one. So your fastest time, Tyler Turner, just talked about, 1:04.74 for him.
Go.
And let's go up top. One of the legends of sport at 24 years of age from the Netherlands. Welcome, Chris Voss.
Chris Voss now. He has done it in a big way for many years. He was the silver medalist in Pyeongchang in snowboard cross. Just missed the podium in bank slalom in 4th. And Lillehammer, he was 4th place, barely missing the podium there in snowboard cross. 5th in Lillehammer. World championship earlier in the season. Voss expected to do good out here. Regular foot rider. Use that toe edge. And he's going to pump through this section here, keep it nice and low. Oh, getting in the back seat. Going to take him off. He was putting together a pretty solid time, but he's going to have another shot at it. And once again, 15 competitors here. Nobody's going to be eliminated in the LL1 category for the men. Some nice turns right there. Some Euro carves. Dragging the hand.
One more. God damn it.
You heard what he said, one more. And he will have one more. Noah Elliott now for the USA. Elliott's going to come across with 1:07.51, so he'll go into the number 2 spot. A lot of room between Tyler Turner and Elliott, the 1 and 2. You got almost 3 seconds between those 2 competitors. So nicely done there. Now you got Mike Schultz on course now. Motivational speaker, Paralympic gold in Pyeongchang. Look at the time, check the time. Trying to challenge Turner. He's going to be outside, but he's going to be in the top 2. Told you there's a lot of room there between 1 and 2, and Schultz got himself right in there. So he's 0.99 back of Turner in the top spot. Schultz and Elliott for the USA at 2 and 3.
Go.
Renee Eckhart now on course. The Austrian. He was 7th in Lillehammer at the World Championships earlier this year. He was 10th in the bank slalom. The Eckhart on course. Tyler Turner from Canada, the 104.74. That's the time to beat. Rolling down the windows and pointing it across the line, checking in with a 113.15, top 6. A couple of double shakas right there.
Fucking awesome. Okay.
You heard him. Awesome.
Go.
Bruno Bajnak on course now. That's a little sideways. Almost a 90 on that one. Not what you want to do there, but he pulled right through it solid. Bruno on course, 38 years old. Getting that toe wedge working. And across the finish line, the time in for Bruno, 112.73, top 6. Hada Papara now, the Romanian. 42 years old. This is where you just got to get over that. That could be make or break you. Just got to get back up and focus. No one's going to get eliminated here in this round. 15 riders representing the LL1. The top 16 would move on. So once again, no one gets eliminated here in this one. Back on that pace. Taking that one all the way down, 126. He'll go into the 10th spot with that time.
Yeah. Go.
Christian Schmeich now from Germany through the Wu-Tang. We got to get up this one right here. Gets right up there. Just smashes it. And with temperatures warming up, the snow is going to get a little slower as we go into our second qualification runs. Where all categories, all classifications will get 2 runs to put in their best time. So if you have a problem on the first one, just got to focus. Tries to double up that roller right there. Christian. And pointing it across, he'll go into the 11th spot. A couple of good turns at the end there. Style.
Go back, smile, wave home.
Okay.
Make sure everybody gets their view shot. Yeah. Go.
Vic Gonzalez now on course for Spain. Spanish rider good through the Wu-Tang section, but some trouble there. And this is a tough little section because you have to kind of get back up to that roller to get your speed going again. Try and hop to get to that next little roller, and hopefully that'll give him enough speed to be able to get his momentum back. Once again, 15 competitors here. 16 would move on, so no matter what, the caution flag on course right now means don't send any other riders. They put that caution flag up until they make sure the course is clear. So he's able to get things going again. those things. You have problems out there if you go down in qualifications. You got to get back up as fast as you can, get back to the action, get back to going in, try to get that speed back up. Once again, we got 15 riders in this category, so no one will be eliminated. And he will cross the line. Visibly tired after that one. Oz will skate across to the finish area. Liu Kayang now, People's Republic of China. Look at how he just anticipates that spine section for the top of the Wu-Tang. Look at how he pumps through this too. I feel like the People's Republic of China riders have been trading together because you see a lot of the same style on the court. They're definitely going to be tough to beat out here. They're bringing the A game. Pumping through here. Now he's going to set up the last jump. There's it down. The time, 109.91, top 6. And then goes right to work. Nice Euro carbs there at the bottom. Looking stylish. Showing you that flag. Wu Zhongwei now on course. Wu through the Wu-Tang. Look at the speed, carrying nice speed. Look at that, stays nice and low on that heel edge. And then drops back down low, keep the speed going, pump through the rollers. Hey, look at this time. Check the time here. Look at this. Check the time. Can he get across? Can he do it? Oh, second place for Wu. That's a fast time. Tyler Turner getting a little nervous for Team Canada in the #1 spot. Schultz will get bumped down for the USA to 3. Noah Elliott will go to 4 for the US. Aguri for Japan will go to 5. Liu Yang now on course. Our final competitor here in the LL1 for the men. Fluid, stylish, style for miles. Pumping through the rollers. It's going to be outside that top time, but it's going to be a very solid finish here. For the Chinese rider, top 5. And they just go right to work. A couple of face shots there at the pace. People's Republic of China means business. That is for sure. 3 in the LL1 in the top 8 right now. All 3 of the competitors in the top 8. Remember, nobody gets, everyone's going in. All these 15 competitors will move on to quarterfinals. There's a look at it. Number C15, so Vic Gonzalez, who had trouble on course, is in the 15th spot. So no matter what, all of them will go to the quarterfinals. And anything can happen when you're racing on a course with 4 snowboarders at the same time. The first time that'll happen in Paralympic Winter Games history. It was 2 in Pyeongchang on course at the same time, but not this year. They changed it for the World Championships in Lillehammer. And here's a look at your LL2. Now this is the biggest category right now. You have 23 competitors in this one, and 16 will move on. So 7 will be eliminated in this category. So you really want to, in a perfect world, you want to put in that time, that solid time, get in the 16 with your first run, and then when you go to your second run, you try to just add to that or take time off that, subtract time off it. You'll get more used to the course. You have a little bit more time. But if you could put in a solid time on your first run, that lets you take more chances on that second and final run. A lot of our riders will be looking to do that. Ollie Hill's going to start things off for Great Britain. 32-year-old on course.
From Great Britain, Berkshire, 32 years young, Ollie Hill.
So this will be the first time and the benchmark time to beat. And that is that jump. That's been kind of the equalizer. We've seen riders going out. Looks like he lost his goggles on that crash. But we've seen a few riders go down in that spot. So you really got to be careful on that. And once again, with 23 in this category, be careful on mistakes on that first run. It puts a lot of pressure, unwanted pressure on you on the second and final run. And it could be a visibility situation. Love how he doubles up that roller. That means you go from one roller to the other. You go over, you gap the rollers. So 1:16.74, but without that fall, that would have been a fast time. He knows it.
Hello. Ready? Go.
And Tug Hope now on course. Going right to work. Look how he ollies over through the transition. Clean there through the Wu-Tang. Pumping all the way through. Good technique for Tug Hope. The Australian. 10th back in Sochi when snowboarding made its debut at the Paralympic Games. Three-time Paralympian here. Ben Tudhope. Now this is going to be the time to beat. Look at this. Preloads on that jump. Doesn't want to get a lot of air there. 102.76. A little pow slash at the bottom for Tudhope. That shows you the time to beat now. Okamoto now. Okamoto Kyaji. Solid technique, dives down low through the bank turn. He's nice and low on that toe edge turn there. Trying to beat a 102.76. Gonna be outside that time, but it's gonna be very respectable. Okamoto, second place, 104.77. Team Japan on that one.
Good. Ready? Go.
Owen Pick, 30-year-old out of Great Britain. Gets back seat, and this is where you don't want that to happen. It's one of those situations, if this happens right there at the bottom of the Wu-Tang, there's nothing you can really do to get back over that transition, so you have to go off course. And so this will be a DNF for him. Yeah, there's nothing you can do there. The only thing Owen Pick can do is look to his second opportunity, because a DNF on his first run will have him outside the top 16. Alex Massey for Team Canada now. He's on course. Clean through the Wu-Tang. Yeah, tough break for Owen. Puts that pressure on him. Let's see what Massey can do here. He is solid through that, and then clean through that too as well. Preloads. That's a tough section right there. That's the section that seems to get some of the riders. Now he dives down low on the toe edge. Good clean turn there. Massey. Hear those edges. Doubles it up the roller. That's how you shave time off, just like that. Check the time here for Massey. What's it gonna be? Look at that, Massey into number 1. Not by much, but Massey will take the number 1 spot. That's gonna put the Aussie, Tud Hope, into the number 2 spot. Okamoto for Team Japan, 3. Zach Miller for the USA now. Nice, right over the spine, lands on the transition, keeping the speed, pumping down through the Wu-Tang. Midsection of the course now. Ooh, I like that toe edge turn there. You see how they'll start high, come down low, get close to that blue line. We call that making the course shorter. That's what he's trying to do. He's gonna air down. And Miller's gonna come across. Miller time into the number 4 spot. And Zach Miller in 4th. It's gonna bump Hill from Great Britain down to 5.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Mom, hey, Dad.
Shout out to Mom and Dad. Matty Surhamari. He is 35. Winner, gold medalist from snowboard cross in Pyeongchang. Looks to be a good time. He's back at it again, Matty. The number 1 time. Defending that gold medal. That's what he's all about. Gold medal from cross of Pyeongchang. And a bronze in bank slalom at the same games. Keith Gable now on course. Team USA. He was the silver medalist in Pyeongchang in snowboard cross. He was 6th in bank slalom. 37-year-old out of Aspen. On course, Keith Gable. Dives down deep. Trying to get close to that 101.93 from Surhamari. And he'll get close to it. Top 5 for Keith Gable. That'll be a good time. That'll keep him in the top 16. Garrett Garris now, 22-year-old from the USA. So Garris can do here. 101.93. Surhamari with that time. Fine Finn with that one. He's going to pump through the final roller section to the jump. Don't want to get a lot of air. Puts that landing gear down, and he'll cross in the top 5 for Garris. So Garris in the top 5. Ichikawa Takahito now. Japanese rider. Nice over the spine, lands on the transition, keeps the speed going. Can't stress that enough how important it is. That'll help you shave time. Everything you can do to shave a little bit here and there helps you in the long run. Should be a decent time, should get him in the top 10 here. Let's see what it does. Does it? 6th place. Indeed it does. Ichikawa having a good run there. Wojciech Turaba now. Polish rider on course. Wojciech, 35 years old. Is that his hair? Comes out from his bib. Some serious dreadlocks here. Check. He's off the top time, just trying to be in the 16. And he's going to come across in the top 10, 9th place. Yeah, that would be his hair. The hair with the flare. Wojtek.
Ready? Go.
Tejas Menendez, Garcia. Oh, that was very clean. Transition to transition. Up the Wu-Tang, down the Wu-Tang. That's what you want to do right there. Tejas looking solid. The Frenchman here. And comes across in the 8th spot for Mateus.
Go.
Tabuchi Shinji, the 40-year-old Japanese rider on course. Nice clean over the spine. Good over the Wu-Tang section, pumping through the rollers. Then buttering across with a revert across the line. So 10th for him, for Tabuchi.
Go.
Lee Jae-yuk now, People's Republic of Korea. Nice transition to transition over the Wu-Tang, clean up the second part of the Wu-Tang section. Drawing nice lines here. Here's Lee, lands on that second blue line, crosses top 7. He's liking that one.
Ready? Go.
Liu Gangliang, People's Republic of China, on course. Trying to get towards that Madisa Hamari time. He's going to be outside of that. This should be a respectable time. Yes, indeed, 12th. The key here is being in that top 16. So you're going to start talking about a bubble time here soon. And the bubble time is the time you want to finish above to be in the top 16 as we look to Andy McLeod.
49 on the board.
Nice over the Wu-Tang, transition to transition. Great Britain rider is going to check into 13th.
Go.
Jan Wendy not able to get over, and that'll be a DNF. So that'll put pressure on him for a second and final run. We've had 2 DNFs, Owen Pick and Jan Wendy right there. So if you're not able to get up that second part of the Wu-Tang and you have to go around it, you will not be able to finish with the time. And in this category, 23 competitors, you've got to be in the 16.
Go.
Manuel Ness up next, 31-year-old
course.
German rider. That's the tough section right there. That's that jump. It's the downhill rollers. We've seen that take a lot of riders out. Temperatures warming up today. A very similar course that the Winter Olympic Games were held on, just a little bit shorter, but keep it to the same. Manuel Ness from Germany. The last rollers to the final jump. 109 and ticking. Oh, sits it down. You want to get across that line. See how he lifts the board up to try and get that time. And he'll go right onto the 16th spot. And so that right there is the bubble score. Or the bubble time, we should say. 119.33 from Manuel Ness. You want to be in the top 16 after your second runs. This is only the first run for LL2. Matthias Keller, German rider, 40 years old. Through the Wu-Tang. You'll hear us say that Wu-Tang section, that's the beginning of the course, named after a Breckenridge jump back in the 90s. Definition meaning it's a lot of kick to it, a lot of transition. Keller, he's going to like this one, 14th. So that means Manuel Ness, who we just saw, will drop to 17th. And Ollie Hill will be on the bubble in 16th with a 1:16.74. That's what you're looking to beat. Sun Kui now on course, People's Republic of China. Good style. You don't see a lot of movement. Keeping the body nice and low. Look at the time now. He's going to be outside Matti Sarhamari's time. It's going to be a good time. Pointing it across the line, 6th place. And that's going to put the bubble time at a 1:12.72 in 16th. Wojciech Taraba from Poland will be in that 16th spot. Laurent Baglika, Frenchman, now on course. Trying to get better than a 1:12.72 is what he's looking for now. You got to get better than 1:12.72. He still has a second run to go, but you really want to be in that top 16 after the first runs. Looks like he might have had a little trouble up there. He is going to be outside Wojciech's time, the 1:12.72. So he'll be out of the top 16. So it's going to put some pressure on him for a second and final run. And he's going to know it because he'll go into 19th. Looks like he had some trouble on course.
Go.
Bernard Hammerl. Hammerl on course now. 44 years old. It's over that Wu-Tang section. That's key. If you don't get over that, guaranteed a DNF if you can't get over that second part of the Wu-Tang. Looking to be better than a 1:12.72. Looks like he's going to be outside that time. He'll be out of the top. Trying to almost swim across at 18th place. You got to give him the effort there. And he'll have another run to see if he can crack that top 16. Or Bernhard Hammerl.
Go.
Zhu Jiang now, People's Republic of China, our final rider here in the LL2 before we get into the second runs now for all the other competitors. Wojciech Taraba on the bubble in 16th with a 1:12.72. And there you go, in that 15th spot. So that will change the bubble time to a 1:08.98. Matthias Keller from Germany will be on the bubble when we stack him and rack him for a second opportunity. There's a look at it. Madisur Hamari continuing his fast times of 1:01.93. Massey and Tudhope 2 and 3 right there. There's your cutoff. Matthias Keller in that 16th spot. So he will be on the bubble, and he'll have a chance to try and improve that time. Number 23 competitors in this category. And right here, the 17th down to Owen Pick. They all need to improve their times and get into that top 16 when we get to the second and final runs for LL2.
Third birthday today. Wish he was here. But it's only March 5th over there. So yeah, really nice to have you here. Great crowd, enjoyed the warmest conditions we've had since I've been here. Yeah, the temperatures are great out here.
And now we go to the second and final runs for your women's snowboard cross LL2. Now 13 competitors in this one, so all 13 will move on. So basically with this qualification here, this is about seeding. So you really want to have a good time. The better your time, better your chances. Also, you get lane choice too when it goes to racing 4 across. Remember, first time in the history, we'll see 4 on course at the same time. Caitlin Madry, 20 years old.
Move, Katie, move! Okay. Never run on course.
Now, Madry had a 1:32.38, so pay attention to that time. Gets over that Wu-Tang there. From the Big AK, living in Alaska. Alyeska was the first resort that she snowboarded at. That's the tough section we talk about. That's the one you don't want to have problems right there. It really can cost you some time. Pumping through the rollers. Now you'll see how she'll kind of dive low into that turn. Regular foot rider. Left foot forward. Kind of use the banks for speed. So look, she's just trying to beat her old time with a 1:32.38. Want to get back up. And she's going to shave a little bit off that, so 1:27 and some change. Now we go to Brenna Huckabee for the USA. Huckabee ranked in that 13th spot, was disqualified in her first run. He wants to avoid that, and she's going to put in a good time right there. So Huckabee, the pressure was on. Run number 2, delivering, goes into second place.
Number 3 on
Renske Van Beek on course now, currently ranked 13th. She did not finish on hers first run, but this time looking good through the Wu-Tang. Let's see if Renske can put it together here. So much like Huckabee, who was disqualified, she had a D, E, and F. It's called did not finish. She is going to finish here. Let's see where this puts her. Stopping the landing for Van Beek. There's the time. 11th place.
Hey. Good work. You made it? Yeah.
Sandrine Hamel now on course. Ranked in that 7th spot, put up a 1:17.69. She was 7.52 back for the top time from run number 1. Let's see if she can shave some time off. Once again, she's looking to beat her time, the 1:17.69 you see right there. Coming across, very similar time. So just a little bit slower. So her first run is going to be her best run, 1:17.69. That's the time she'll keep, and she'll stay in 7th place.
Ready? Go.
Brittany Corey, 35 years old, Team USA, in the 5th spot. Put up a 1:16.49. Solid landing there. We call that stomping the landing. Comes across. She will move up. That's going to be her top time.
Woo! Yeah! Love you, Brianne, Jake, and Erica. Love you. Tiffany, you're my hero.
Ready? Go.
Some shout outs from Corey right there. She'll move up into the 4th spot. Cecile Hernandez now on course. Number 1 rank. Remember, she put up the fastest time of 1:10.17. It looks like, is she going to be faster? It looks like she could beat her first time. She's pointing it. Yes, she does. Cecile Hernandez will improve, but she's already ranked number 1. Showing you how fast she is. Representing France with a 1:08.38, the fastest time for the women. Lisa De Jong now. She had the 1:13.25. That's good enough for 5th right now. Look at this. She's airing it out, crossing the line. What's the time? 4th place for De Jong. So that's going to take a full second off
Hi,
that.
Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Curtis. Hi, babies.
Ready? Go.
This is a shot now. 1:12.09 in 3rd place. 1:08.38 is the fastest time we've seen. That belongs to Cecile Hernandez. A little bit of a speed check right before that jump. Don't want to get too much air. So 1:12.63. So she's going to keep her 1:12.09, and she will stay in the 3rd spot.
Go.
Romy Chop now.
Number 9 on.
Ranked in the 8th spot, a 1:18.14 is what she had on run number 1. And with that, it's not going to improve, so she's going to end up keeping the 1:18.14 with a mistake like that. She'll be keeping run number 1, the 1:18.14. Romy. Run number 1 is going to be the one. And she'll stay in the top 10. She'll be in the 8th spot, ranked 8 currently.
Ready? Go.
Li Qianqian, the 18-year-old in 9th. She put up a 1:18.47, clean through the Wu-Tang. Trying to beat her first run time of a 1:18.47. Absorbing the landing, crossing, she's gonna do it. So that is gonna be an improvement. Nicely done for Qianqian. Going to the 6th place with that one. And that's what you wanna do, textbook right there. Improve on your time on that 2nd run.
Go.
Yu Nianjia on course. In 13th. Looking to beat a 1:32.74. It looks like she's definitely going to do that here. Where will she go? She's in that 13th spot. Oh, gets on that edge. And trying to roll across. She's still going to beat that time, though. So she'll move up. Even with that fall, she'll move up 3 spots to the 10th spot. Once again, 13 women in this category, so nobody will be eliminated because 16 competitors are slated to go to the quarters.
Go.
Zhang Yang. Hung on course. Get over that Wu-Tang. She does. In 7th, 1:17.39. That's what she's trying to beat here. And she's going to get past that. So be in that 7th spot now. That's an improvement. 1:16.36, she gets there. Got a 1:17.39 on run number 1.
Ready? Go.
Wang Jinyu now. People's Republic of China on course. Currently ranked in the 11th spot. Looking to beat a 1:21.15 here. She's going to be off that time, so she's going to end up keeping run number 1, the 1:21.15. So this one will not count for her. Once again, nobody eliminated. You have 13 riders. Back seat on that. Lands on the tail. Skateboarding, we call that a manual. Not what you want to do you want to get shave time off. But at that point, she was already off her best time, so she'll remain in 11th. And here's a look at it right there. All you see the green cues to the right. That means they have all qualified. Cecilia Hernandez with the best time, 108.38. 108.38. So the fastest time for the women's LL2. Once again, all of them will move on in. There you go. Caitlin Madry wrapping it up in the 13th spot. So all 13 will make it to the quarterfinals. Welcome to Jean-Jacques Genting Snow Park, our site of the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. Snowboard cross qualifications, run number 2 going on now. We'll switch gears now to the men's UL category. Athletes with upper limb impairments. And there's 18 in this one. So there will be 2 riders that will be eliminated after the second runs here. And who will it be? Got to be in the top 16 is where you want to be. James Barnes Miller, currently ranked 11th. 104.53, that's the time he's looking to beat. Just want to get some breathing room. You can't win it in qualifications. You just want to put in a nice fast time. Nice clean landings there. Look at the hang time on that. That's the one that can cause trouble. But not for JBM. James Barnes Miller, nice tight line there on the toe edge. Pumping through the rollers. Keeping that low profile. 104.53, that was his time on run number 1. Let's see if he could beat that. He's pointing it, time in. So 104.02, slight improvement. Stay in that 7th spot for James Barnes Miller, and that will definitely put him in the quarterfinals with only 2 riders that will get eliminated down. Gopo Lucchini now on course. Lucchini in 3rd, so he's definitely a lock to go in. So it's all about practice time or shaving time off. Lucchini had a 103.34 that has him in the top 3. And a washout right there. Got a little too heel heavy. That is okay because Lucchini already had a 103.34. He's currently ranked 3rd. There's no way he can be eliminated. So there's no need to push it. Just kind of cruise it down there. Maybe get used to it just a little bit more. I mean, I like the strategy. You're trying to see if you can shave off. You're trying to see how fast you can go. But you got to remember, no matter how fast you get down this, when you're racing with 3 other riders at the same time, the line choice that you may want to get might not be available, depending if you get the whole shot, meaning if you get the lead right off the start.
You were going faster. Hi, Chris.
Keeney ranked in the number 2 spot.
Number 3.
Mike Miner, a little grab on Miner there. Miner back 1. So Miner already knowing that he's in the 6th. Put a little mustard on the hot dog there. So with a back 180 and a cab, a little shifty there. Miner's known for this. Miner putting some style in there. I like it. Oh, Miner going rodeo.
We're snowboarding.
Woo! You!
So Mike Miner.
Number 4.
Montaglioni now on course. The French rider. He is in 4th. Put up a 103.70. And he's going to come across. Run number 1 is going to be the faster, but very similar. I mean, those are very close. So he's already ranked in the 4th spot. He was going in no matter what.
Go.
Owani
Number 5 on
Masataka,
course.
Japan rider here. He is currently ranked in the 10th spot, put up a 104.18. So when you're right around that 10th spot all the way to the 16th, you want to try and shave some time off. So that's what Owani's looking to do here. But he is going to be outside the time of his 104.18. So run number 1 is what he's going to keep. And that will keep him in the number 10 spot. That should get him in. It's not official. Well, everyone's taking that second run. Mirko Moro in 12th, a 107.64 for the Italian. Clean to the Wu-Tang. So in that 12th spot, you'd like to take a couple seconds off that just to rank a little higher. A lot of riders still on the outside looking in. Mirko is going to beat that time, but he'll stay in the 12th spot. 106.27. So shaves just over a second off it.
Ready? Come on. Go.
Gila Jia now, People's Republic of China. In the number 3 spot. So you got to think that she is going to be in the quarterfinals for sure. They double up them rollers there. Not going to beat that first time, so he'll keep run number 1. And we'll remain in the number 2 ranked rider out here today. So some good riding. Cardani now. Ricardo Cardani, the 29-year-old. Currently in 13th. And that's not a safe position right now. 107.92 is what he has on run number 1. That's what he's trying to beat here. Drawing the lines through the turns. See how he points it. Let's see, can he shave some time off? That's what he's trying to do. Oh, and sits down. And so he's going to keep run number 1, and he knows it. Doesn't want to leave it open, but he'll stay in 13th and hope that holds up for him. If he would have stayed upright, he would have been able to get across.
Ready?
Spivey up next for the USA.
Number 9 on.
Spivey in a tough spot right now in 16th. That is the bubble, 113.92. So you want to keep it careful here, but not too careful because you've got to beat that 113.92. You don't want to leave it up to one rider to take you out. Spivey with a high line. Looking to beat his 113.92. He's down the time. Can he get out of 16th? 112.06. So he will remain in that 16th spot. He did help himself out by taking almost 2 seconds off it. Park Shin-hyuk now. He is in 15th. So he is above Spivey. Once again, 15th. That's a scary position to be in too as well. It only takes 2 riders to knock you out of that spot. 111.56 is what he's trying to beat. That's his run number 1 time. Park to the final money booter here. Landing gear down, pointing it across the line. And run number 1 is the one he's going to keep. He's going to remain in 15th.
Ready? Go.
Zhang Zihao, People's Republic of China now on course. He's in the 8th spot. He's already earned himself a spot. He's qualified. Nice how he doubles up the roller there, keeping that speed going. Run number 1 is going to be the fastest, but in that 8th spot, he is qualified. He'll be on the quarterfinals.
Go.
Konstantinos Petrakis now from Greece on course. In the 14th spot, trying to earn himself, stay in that top 16. It's not official for him yet. Konstantinos looking to beat his 111.03. It's going to be close. And he's going to keep it. 111.03 from run number 1. He'll stay in 14th spot. He's not officially qualified in 14th right now. I mean, some riders below him could take him out.
Ready? Go.
Wang Ping Yao, the 21-year-old. Fastest time, 103.26. Oh, and look at this, even faster. Wow, 2 runs, the 2 fastest runs in this category in the UL for the men belongs to that man right there.
Ready? Go.
Matty Saarinen now on course. He's in the 17th spot, so he's on the outside looking in, 114.99. He needs to beat a 113.92 to get into the 16. So keep that in mind, looking to beat a 113.92, and that'll take Spivey out. Oh, it's going to be close. And he will finish in the 14th spot, in the 17th spot. So Spivey dodging one right there. Spivey will stay in 16th on the bubble for Team USA.
Go.
Lee Chung-min now. People's Republic of Korea, 18th place. He's looking to get it better than a 112.06 to get into the top 16. 112.06. That's the time he needs to beat. 112.06. Can he do it? And he's going to do it into 14th place. And that means USA's Spivey has been eliminated in the 17th spot. So the pressure is on.
Go.
Zhu Yonggang now, 9th place for the 19-year-old. He's already qualified. Oh, doubles that up so clean. Just pumping and looking solid. He's going to come across the time. Oh, the fast time, 102.81, puts down the fastest right there. Wow, that was a burner.
Ready? Go.
Yang Xian now. Already qualified in. Look at the style. Look how he just pumps through the rollers. So smooth. There's it down. He's going to come across. Oh, look at this. China has come to play today. That is for sure.
On course.
And here we go, the final competitor, Zhang Yiqi. He's already earned a spot. So no matter what, he will be in the top 16. And all the riders from the People's Republic of China have earned a spot into the quarterfinals. 6 of them. 6 in the top 16. Home snow advantage paying off in a big way. Clean, stomping landings, pointing it across. Look at the times. Unbelievable. Once again, 6 riders representing China going to the quarterfinals. That's big time. So unfortunately, Michael Spivey and Matti Saarinen have been eliminated in the 17th and 18th spot. Here are, do you see the green cues to the right? And there are those Chinese flags. Unbelievable indeed.
In 4th, Wang Panyao 3rd, Yang Xian 2nd, and Zhu Yonggang from China in 1st.
And unfortunately there at 17th, Spivey has been eliminated. Matti Saarinen from Finland, he has been eliminated. Park Shin-yeok from People's Republic of Korea getting in that final transfer spot. Next up, your LL1 category for your men's snowboard cross. And 15 in this one, so nobody will be eliminated in this one. This classification is of your LL1. LL1, athletes with significant impairment to one leg. So all of them will get in. It's the placement, what it's all about. You'll see the second and final runs from LL2 after this one. That's the biggest category with 23. Oguri Diachi from Japan. Yachi in 6th, looking to beat the 108.34. Once again, nobody gets eliminated here. It's all about seeding now for this one. Nice through that gap. Putting the landing gear on that one down. Ooh, airing that one out. Pumping through the doubles. Fauci trying to beat his time from run 1 was the 108.34. Keep that one in your mind here. 108.34 is what he's trying to beat. Can he improve? Yes, he can. So he'll bump up 1 notch and rank in the 5th spot now. Every little spot is important. It's all about the seeding here.
Calma.
Andre Barbieri in 11th. The 40-year-old representing Brazil out of Santa Barbara, California. Barbieri looking to beat his 118.30. So it's all about besting your first run time. Stomps the landing, comes across. He's going to keep run number 1 as his fastest time. And he'll remain in the 11th spot for Barbieri, representing Brazil.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Tyler Turner now, 33 years old. Number 1 ranked, 104.74, the fastest time in the LL1s today. And look at this, second fastest. The 2 fastest time in the LL1 belongs to Tyler Turner, a 104.74 and a 104.24. Consistent, to say the least.
Go.
Kosuda Junta now up next from Japan. Ranked in the number 7 spot for the 31-year-old. And goes off course, so he will keep the 108.89. So it gets a DNF for run number 2. Remember, nobody is eliminated here.
Ready? Go.
Chris Voss now from the Netherlands. Voss down in 12th. He had big trouble on his first run. A 125.48. That is not what he's capable of doing. He can put in a good time. He's just got to stay upright here and have a good run. And he will move up. Got to keep it clean for Voss from the Netherlands. In 12th. That is where he went down, right there from run number 1. So he's already fixed that problem. Voss here. Oh, drawing a nice line on that toe edge. Dives back down on the heel edge turn. Now this is the Voss that we're used to seeing here. Clean line, solid edge work. Trying to beat his 125.48. Doubling up. Landing gear down, pointing across the line. Boom. All the way to the 8 spot. That's what you want to do. So 15, 16 seconds better.
Go.
All right, Cindy, attack!
Noah Elliott now on course. In 4th. 107.51 for Team USA. Clean line there on the toe edge. See the grooves developing on the turns now. Snow getting softer. Elliott trying to beat the 107.51. 107.32. That's going to be faster. They're not going to change the placing. He'll stay in 4th.
Ready? Go.
Mike Schultz, Team USA, 40-year-old, in 3rd right now. Schultz looking to beat a 105.73. Up the Wu-Tang, down the Wu-Tang, clean through that. Yeah, he's not going to be able to beat that first run time, so he's going to keep run number 1 as his fastest time, and he'll remain in 3rd. That 105.73 from run number 1 for Schultz.
Well, that doesn't work. Center a little deep.
Go.
Renee Eckert, 11th, 34-year-old for Austria. Eckert had the 113.15. Trying to improve on that time. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. So he keeps run number 1, the 113.15. Continuing with the double shot at
amazing.
the end.
My first games here. I like it. Yeah, the adrenaline pumps. Thank you.
Ready? Go. 27.
Bruno Bojdak, Croatian now on course. In 10th, had a 112.73. Let's see if he can beat his time. He does. Run number 2. Gonna bump him up a notch there to the 9th spot. Shaving time off. Mahada Papara now from Romania. In 13th. Now he had the 126.89. Gets through the Wu-Tang. Beat the 126.89. Can he do it? Airs it down on the 3rd line. Pumped on that. He's going to improve. That's what you want to do. Shave off time. Get more comfortable with the course. A couple Euro carves at the bottom.
Yes! Salut Maria, salut Tudor. Ready? Go.
Christian Schmeit now, the 33-year-old German rider. Schmidt in 14th, 127.44 for the 33-year-old. Carries that thing down. Look at the time. Nicely done. 111.36. What an improvement for Christian Schmidt from Germany.
I'm here. Woo! Ready? Go.
Vic Gonzalez now, 15th place. 51-year-old for Spain. Now Vic had a fall. He got a 2:08.32. And he is definitely going to improve on that. Where will he go? From 15th. Puts it down. Little revert out of that. Crosses 119.49. That's what you want to do. 2:08 to 119.
Ready?
Liu Kang in 10th for the 22-year-old. Nice over the transition to transition. Clearing the top of that spine from the Wu-Tang. And gonna improve just by a little bit. Will stay in that 10th spot. Remember, nobody in LL1 will be eliminated. Only 15 riders here with top 16 go to the quarterfinals.
Ready?
Wu Zhongli. Second fastest time with a 1:05.03 today. Just mobbing down this course. Just pumping through everything, solid on the landings. Not going to beat the time, but still very respectable. 1:05.03 keeps that, stays in the number 2 spot. Once again, all riders will qualify.
Ready?
Liu Yingyang in 6th place. There were 15 riders here. They'll all go to the quarterfinals. And an improvement, 1:07.17. And that'll wrap it up for the LL1s. 15 riders all qualifying to the quarterfinals. Your top time, Tyler Turner, Team Canada, a 1:04.24. And once again, you see those Chinese riders always at the top. So once again, LL1, 15 riders, all move on. Top 16 advance to quarters. And that's when the racing is 4 across for the first time in Paralympic Winter Games history. There'll be 4 riders on course at the same time for snowboard cross. It was 2 in Pyeongchang, but it is different now.
Fantastic state of affairs today. Gorgeous day. It is just after the 1 o'clock hour. We are moving with expediency. And on the board, you see Paris.
And your LL2s now. This is where things are going to get interesting because you have 23 competitors but only 16 can move on. So 7 will be eliminated here. Right now, the bubble score for your top 16, Matthias Keller from Germany, 108.98. There you can see him. He'll be coming up in that 19th spot, but he is on the bubble for Germany in the 16th spot. Ollie Hill, 32 years old, 18th place. Outside looking in. Here we go. He's looking to get better than a 108.98 to crack the top 16. Can't have a mistake. Got to stay solid. This is the tough section right there. Those 3 jump lines are the ones. Rolling down the windows, but stomps the landing. That was important. Ollie Hill needing to beat a 108.98 right now. If he does not do that, he will be eliminated. Doubles up the roller. That's going to help the time. Check the time for Hill. Stay upright. He does it. 105.16 in the 10th place. That's going to change the bubble now. Zhu Jiang in 16th.
Go.
Ben Tudhope in 3rd. Ben should be a lock in that 3rd spot. 102.76. It's not official, but it will be. The Aussie. He's going to keep run number 1. Tudhope stays in that 3rd spot. The time to beat right now is a 108.25. If you're on the outside, that's the time you need to beat. You got to be better than a 108.25. In 9th, Komodo, Kenji. With warming conditions too, snow gets a little bit softer, a little bit slower. There's a lot more grooves that are built up on the course by this time. So when you go in the morning time, you have a little bit faster of snow, so it's hard to really make up time. Look at him just come through this section. Okamoto. Aaron on down. That's the time right there. 103.95, 7th place. He improves on run number 2.
Go.
Owen Pick, this is so important. Disqualified on run number 1. Has to be clean here. Can't have a mistake in the Wu-Tang. Gets over it. Okay. He's off to the races now. Pick needing to be better than a 108.25 to get into the top 16. Can't have a mistake now. Got to stay solid. Landing gear down. Across the line. What's the time? 9th place for Owen Pick. Nicely done. And that's going to change the bubble time. Great Britain's Andy McLeod now in 16th with a 108.23. Massey a lock for the quarters, already in the number 2 spot today. Super fast time, a 102.65 for Alex Massey of Canada. just get you a little bit more familiar with the course. Massey riding good today. 102.65. Doubles up on that last roller section. Little speed check there. And he's going to keep run number 1. And he's going to remain in the number 2 spot.
Oh, a little bit terrifying off the last one. Go.
Zach Miller in 13th. 22-year-old. Not a safe place to be. Clean over the first Wu-Tang. Transition to transition. So he's going to pump through these next sections. He's looking to beat his 107.11. He's already in the top 16, but you're not safe in that 13 spot. Staying nice and low. Let's see if he can shave some time. No, he's going to keep run number 1, 13th place. He's hoping that that's going to hold up. Flying Finn, Matty Surhamari, 35-year-old. Look how clean he is over the Wu-Tang. So effortless in everything he does. The fastest time, 101.93 today. He just anticipates everything. Not going to beat that time. Doesn't look like it. Oh, he does by 0.20. Talk about consistency. Matty Surhamari, a 101.93 to a 101.73. Keith Gable in 4th for the USA. He's looking to beat his 102.84. Good line through there. On the heel edge. And just by a tiny bit, there you go. Keith Gable, very consistent today too as well.
Yeah,
top 5.
Hey everyone, love you guys.
Go.
Derek Garris now, the 22-year-old in 5th. Team USA, 103.41 was his time. Hey, look at this time. Garris 102.46. So he climbs up to the number 2 spot. And with that, he is officially qualified. Matty Surhamari from Finland is qualified. Garrett Garris is qualified too as well.
Yeah, say hi to him.
Ichikawa Takahito now in 8th. A 104.33 for him. Good line through that. Look how he just stays on that edge. Good edge work. Ichikawa. And Ichikawa, 6th place. So an improvement. Goes from 7th to 6th. And that means Canada's Alex Massey has qualified too as well. Wojciech Taraba from Poland, 19th. Needs to be better than a 108.23. The hair with the flare. Keep that number in mind right now. He needs to beat a 108.23 to get into that top 16. Can he do it? Oh, 110.40, 19th. And in that spot, he will be eliminated today. And that means Ben Tudhope from Australia will get in. He is officially qualified.
Ready? Go.
In 12th, Mateus Mendez Garcia, the 29-year-old. Nice and clean over the first Wu-Tang part. And then he's going to improve 106.30. Twelfth place. That means officially Keith Gable gets in for the USA.
Ready? Go.
Tabuchi Shinji in 14th. 107.36. That's not a safe place to be. Three riders finish ahead of you and you're out. So Tabuchi. Okay, can he improve? No, run number one, so 14th. Nothing he can do here but wait now. And with that, that means Ichikawa from Team Japan will get in. He is qualified officially now.
Go.
Lee Jae-wook, People's Republic of Korea, in 10th, the 24-year-old. Pretty solid spot to be in right now, in that 10th spot. So run 2 is going to be better, and he will get out of 10th and go to 9th on that one. So every spot you can improve on just helps your cause. Sun Kui will get in now for the Republic of China. 103.90, he is qualified. Liu Gengliang on course. In 15th. And he will improve. Yes, goes from 15th to 13th. That means Okamoto for Team Japan will get in. He is officially qualified. So 8 officially in right now.
Go.
The man on the bubble, Andy McLeod. Very, very important one now for him. Gotta have the speed he does. So McLeod in 16th. That is the bubble time, a 108.23. If he could take a second off, he would move up into the 15th. Here we go. This is going to be important here. Can he take some time off? No, Andy McLeod will stay in 16th. And it will be nail-biting time for McLeod here for Great Britain. The final transfer spot, will it hold up? Owen Pick for Great Britain is officially qualified in 10th.
Go.
50 on board.
Jan Wendy now.
50 will not finish.
Goes off course there. And that will do it for Jan, is officially eliminated. That's an unfortunate situation for Jan, a DNF
Ready?
on both runs.
Go.
51 on.
Daniel Ness. In the 21st spot right now. He's looking to try and beat Andy McLeod's 108.23 to get a transfer spot. That's going to be tough. Daniel Ness. He sits it down, tries to get across the line in the time. And he will be eliminated. Manuel Ness, 21st spot for him. That means Ollie Hill officially gets in. Owen Pick and Ollie Hill, both from Great Britain, are in their spots.
Back.
Tejas Keller for Germany in 18th. Same situation for him. Needs to be better than a 108.23 to get in that 16. 108.23 is the time he needs to beat. It looks close. It looks close. No, 18th. Keller has been eliminated. That means Mateus Menendez Garcia for France will get in officially. 12 riders in. Room for 4 more.
Ready? Go.
Hun Kui has already earned a spot in 7th. And a very good time, but run number 1 is going to be the time. He's already earned a spot. That means Liu Gangling from the People's Republic of China will officially qualify. Laurent Baglica from France, the 22nd spot. Good over that first Wu-Tang. Nice right there too as well. Outside looking in, needs to beat a 108.23. Is looking to beat it. Could this be the one? Landing gear down, crossing the line into 9th place. And unfortunately, that means Andy McLeod for Great Britain has been eliminated. He was on the bubble in that 16th spot, moves to 17.
Ready? Go.
Bernhard Hammerl from Austria, the 44-year-old, he's in 21st spot. He needs to try and beat a 107.36. Kabuchi Shinji from Japan on the bubble in 16th, and that will do it right there. Not going to be able to do it. So Zach Miller will get in officially for the USA in the number 15th spot.
Ready?
Last rider, Zhu Zhang in 18th, needs to beat a 107.36. Outside looking in, very important. Last rider here. Good clean line there for Zhu. 107.36. Look at this. Could he do it here? Trying to beat the time, coming across into 18th. And not able to get into that top 16. So Tabuchi from Japan will get in the 16th spot.
中国加油！
So it is official, like a referee's whistle. The top 16 have earned their spot into the quarterfinals. Men's LL2. Madi Surhamari continuing his fast ways. Look at those 2 times, huh? 101.93, 101.73. Surhamari.
Competition as far as qualifying goes. Let's run through the top 5 in the
Your LL2 all the way down to 8th. And all the way down to 16th. Tabuchi Shinji in that 16th spot gets in. So congratulations to the top 16 moving to the quarterfinals. Snowboard cross LL2 here today. Very close with the rest of the competitors. Look how tight that field was all the way to the bottom. Well, it was an amazing day of snowboarding action here. Zhangjiakou Genting Snow Park and their site of our Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games snowboard cross qualifications. We saw the women's LL2, the men's LL1, LL2, and the UL for all the qualifications.
Well, that was the last run for the para snowboard cross men's and women's qualification today. Congrats to all of our...
What an amazing day of snowboarding action. And where do we go from here? Well, the quarterfinal brackets are set for all the riders and all the classifications. We want to thank everyone for being part of it, enjoying all the action. We're going to bid you a very fond farewell from Zhangjiakou Genting Snow Park. And that will wrap things up for the qualifications in snowboarding, the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Every time smiling, truly the heart and the soul of the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. Here you make friends, people all over the world. It's all about friendship, respect, excellence, and of course, unity. Thanks so much. Check out this video.
好的，还是要特别感谢一下我们现场所有的工作人员以及志愿者小伙伴们，谢谢你们，感谢你们带着微笑日夜来坚守岗位。你们也是本届冬奥会以及冬残奥会的最强助力，感谢你们，谢谢你们的付出，谢谢。